Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I had one request for me to do a sort of update on my greenhouse for October, and I think I might have skipped the September one. I was really busy, and I guess there wasn't a lot that was happening. So this time I thought I would just show you guys some items or some plants that are currently in bloom. This is the Vasculitis Blue Sneery Bluebird, and I got this one from Jackie, one of my Facebook friends. It's starting to bloom, and I'm really excited about this because the roots are pretty amazing. She put it just in this Dixie cup. And then I hung some Spanish moss out there because it was falling down. And it's doing so well. There's a little bit of, I believe it's, I can't remember now, lava rock, that's it, down inside the cup. And the roots are doing so wonderful. It's starting to become fragrant. So here is a closer look at the orchid. It's very petite. It's a smaller size type of orchid. Even though the blooms are small though, I think the plant is kind of medium size. And it's very, very pretty. There's a little bit of a purple right now. Jackie also gave me this Rankoritis Bangkok Sunset, and it is in spike. I'm super duper happy about this one as well. It did really well for me inside the greenhouse. It grew quite a bit of roots, and I think I got it this February, so it's been more than half a year now, and it's finally spiking with a ton of buds. I will definitely show you guys how it looks when it's finally blooming. And I'll also do a care video on it as well, because I think someone did ask me to do a care video on that quite a long time ago, but I just haven't had the time, so I'll get on that as well. This here is my magnificent Oncidium, the dancing lady. This is the first one I've ever gotten, ever, and it's also the first one that I mounted. It's really, really huge. It wasn't doing that well for a while, but I think it's doing fabulous right now because the bulbs are bigger. The plant has 2 or 3 flower spikes. It's pretty awesome, and it's gorgeous. This is a Stelis purchased in November of 2015 from Andy's Orchids. It was in spike at the time that I purchased it, and you can see that it is in spike again. Look at all those flower spikes. It's it's pretty big, but the blooms are very, very small, so you can see all these little notches in the spike is actually the actual blooms. They're very, very small. It's not a show-stopping type of bloom, but it is a show-stopping kind of orchid. It's completely mounted on a very tiny piece of wood, so there's no way to remove this plant or divide it. It's bare root, basically. Like, there's no moss around the roots whatsoever. It's really gorgeous, and I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to be able to spike it or rebloom it, but I was able to, so I'm really happy about that. Exactly 1 year from purchasing it when it was in spike, and now it's blooming again. This one is sitting right under the mister, so it gets water constantly throughout the day, and I think it needs to, just because the roots are completely bare. There's just no moss whatsoever to keep it moist. My Angraecum Mark Ulrich, I believe. Look at those roots. They are just out there. They're not, they're completely exposed. So this one is also sitting under the mister. Only the roots are getting hit by the misters, however. So these guys just really need that extra water. And last year I bought it when it was in double spike, and this year it's double spiking again. Let me get a better look at it from a different angle. So you can see the roots are pretty crazy, and it's sitting in a basket with moss in there, but most of the roots that are growing out here are just all over the place. You can see the 2 old spikes and also another spike down there. So this plant is pretty old. And then there's 2 new spikes. I'm pretty excited about this. Hopefully it won't bud blast. Last year I got it around this same time, and unfortunately it bud blasted because I guess it wasn't happy being changed into different environments, and I was still kind of learning how to take care of them. So this year I think it'll do a lot better. And here is my Bellara orchid. It already finished blooming on this spike. So now it's putting out 2 more flower spikes. I'm really excited because at the beginning of the year it was spiking as well, but because the weather was just so crazy, it didn't do that well, and the blooms got all mangled because of the change in temperature. And this time the blooms are not mangled. It's definitely not award-winning quality, but it's still very pretty. Over here, hidden in the back, is my Oncidium Sherry Baby. Too bad the blooms are kind of small and the spike is very short. I didn't even see the spike until it was already blooming. But still, it smells very nice and it is a reliable bloomer. This Oncidium here, I don't know the name of this one, but it's putting out 1 new spike, and the old spike, which isn't really old because it hasn't bloomed yet, it got a little kink right there, and it's super duper long, and it still hasn't it goes all the way up there, and it still has not given me any buds yet, so I don't know what it's planning to do. My Dendrobium Genting Royal from Carmela is doing really wonderful. It's been in bloom for more than a month, so I would say about 2 months now it's been in bloom. It's slightly fragrant and it's green, so I'm starting to press my flowers into those notebooks just to keep like a record of them. So this was my first flower press. It smells really wonderful and very gentle, and it's a very happy plant. My friend Ella Bella, actually it's Yen, but she goes, I think, by Yen Yen's Gardens, and I'll put a link up on the screen for you. She sent me this plant and it's spiked. There's 2 flower spikes. This is the first one, and this one's kind of old already. It's been blooming for a few weeks now. The Miltassia Senorita, Estrelita Senorita. And over here is another flower spike. Isn't that exciting? I'm very, very happy because I just got this plant not even 6 months ago, I don't think. This is a Stenoglottis longifolia from Waite's Orchids. I got this only a few months ago and it spiked a while back, but I just didn't have a chance to do a video of it. The blooms are really small, so I can't zoom in any further, but it's very, very cute, and it's got those purple spots on it. It's been blooming for a while, so these blooms have not opened yet, but there were blooms that have already dropped off, unfortunately. So I only have this one left right now to show you guys. It's so cute and very, very small. Here is a path I purchased from Waite's Orchids. This is a name, and it is going to be sort of like a vinicolor orchid, and it's really, really dark. So it kind of looks like a swan right there, but it's been spiking for about a month now or more. I can't remember exactly, but I was really excited to see it because I get very excited whenever I spike a path, just because I find that they are kind of more difficult to spike for me. And over here, my path over here is starting to drop off the bloom, but I was really proud of this one as well. And another one there, a spike. So this one is going to be a mix of green and purple. It's going to be really cute. I've thought about selling off my paus, but then I changed my mind because they're super awesome. I think I've shown you guys this orchid before. This is my dendrobium, Emma White, and it is actually my first dendrobium ever. So I've had this orchid for 3 years, and it's also one of my first mounted orchids. It's doing really well now. I'm really happy for it. It's very pretty. It's got white and then a very intense dark purple lip. It's definitely a reliable bloomer. It blooms every year, sometimes twice a year. It's very, very cute, and this is definitely going to be on my keep list because it's very sentimental to me to keep the orchids that I've had for a long time, and also I haven't killed, you know. It's one of my longest orchids. I cannot believe this, but this is my Cattleya Penny's Dream. It's the second time this year it's bloomed for me. I'm really excited because every single time it blooms is just so gorgeous. And I believe that Pam from Mouse Lily channel also has the same exact orchid. And ta-da! My Cattleya Gutata. This one I pick up from the San Francisco Orchids show, and it's actually from a member in the Orchid Society. It's in bud. I'm so happy. It's a huge orchid. I mean, look at this. It's in a 8-inch pot right now, sitting up on the high shelf to get the most light ever, and I cannot wait to get this orchid to bloom and show you guys what it looks like. And last but not least, this is an orchid I got from Stephanie Condry. This is called SLC India Rose Sherwood crossed with Cattleya granulora Phelps Farm. It is so freaking pretty. It just opened recently, and I'm super glad I didn't kill it because it's so gorgeous. This is definitely gonna be on my keep list. Look at how cute that is. No fragrance, but still very, very beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see it, but it has very waxy texture on the petals and sepals, and the lip is just a wonderful like reddish pink color. Their color is actually more of, or the colors on the sepals and petals are more of a rusty looking color than what's shown on the screen. But it's still really pretty. There's more orange in it than what is shown here. Very, very beautiful orchid. I'm so happy to have this one bloom for me. I did kill one of the orchids that I purchased from her, which I'm very sad about because I'll never be able to see what it looks like. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I will leave you with this gorgeous, gorgeous photo or image of this plant. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all the suggestions and the comments and everything. I read every single one of them, even if I don't reply to all of them. Thanks so much for all your tips and support. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!